Welcome to Real Talk Woman to Woman with Dr. Michelle Norman, Episode 5 New Day for You. There's something magical about knowing that things are changing for the better and feeling good about yourself. It makes you walk in confidence with your head held high and a spring in your step. Now that you've moved on to a place where you are no longer focusing on others, their thoughts about you, and their behaviors toward you, let's start focusing on you. The path of this new you may be forward, but it's not always straight. Sometimes you will have to revisit some things in your past. It's only natural that things come up as you remind you of what life was like. But just like the shampoo bottle says, rinse and repeat. That's what you do with dirt from your past. Don't dwell on it. Just recognize it for the toxic thing it was, purge, and keep it moving. Do this as often as necessary. Don't let it anger you. Be grateful for the lessons learned. Keep your head to the sky and keep it moving. Recording artist Basha sings a song called New Day for You, which has words of encouragement to herself as a reminder that the past is done and the best is yet to come. Find a way to remind yourself whenever doubt creeps in that you made it through the tough time and over the hurdles, and it's a new day for you. This is the time to consider what you want. Take some time with this. If you're like most women, you've spent so many years thinking about others, you don't actually know what you want. So let it simmer. Don't rush the process. Maybe you should meditate or practice mindfulness to increase your self-awareness. Spend time with your thoughts. Doing this every day will allow you to become more in tune with your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Keep a journal nearby so that you can write down the new revelations and capture your feelings. Just write your thoughts. Don't try to judge or justify them. Don't worry about your grammar or your spelling. Just write. You will discover so much about you. These moments of clarity may help you realize the healthy habits that you will need to replace those toxic cycles. Writing during this journey is important for documenting your growth and provides you with the evidence of how far you've come. Doing this every day is a good habit to keep. Journaling is important because you need a record of each step in your transformation. Where you started, the peaks and valleys, and how you got to where you are now. Sometimes we put ourselves down and act as if things haven't changed, but if you go back and read your journal entries, you'll see the full picture and you should feel good about all of the events that helped you to grow. When you journal, you should also make lists. Write down what you like, what you don't like, what you need, and especially what you want. Make lists of things you want to change and things you want to do. Writing makes you discover some things about yourself, and you should not feel guilty or any sort of shame because no one else has to read what you write but you. Most likely, you will begin to develop other good habits in place of the negative ones you used to have and that used to dominate your time. For example, being more aware of your behaviors might cause you to question some of your habits. It might cause you to question your spending habits, like how you spend time and how you spend money. You may begin to pay attention to where you choose to do things, where you choose to go, whether there are positive or negative influences in your environment. You may begin to question things you do out of habit or out of tradition and decide if those things perpetuate good energy or not. Just like you made decisions about the people you allow to be in your space, you will make decisions that keep good and positive vibes flowing. Changing habits is not hard once you've really made up in your mind that you want to do it. All it takes is 21 days of doing something consistently for it to become a habit. But you never really change your habits until you change your mind about your choices. That's why you need an accountability partner. In order to be effective, this partner needs to be someone who you are accountable to and you won't dismiss. Accountability is a thing that's going to make you stick to the decisions that you've made and follow through. A good accountability partner needs to be a person that you trust and will hold you to the standard or the goal that you have set on this journey. They must know that you give them permission to reprimand you when you're off course and is capable of guiding you back to the right path. That person may not be your spouse, your partner, or your best friend because keeping you accountable can put a strain on the relationship. The best person might be an acquaintance who has nothing to gain or lose in relationship to your goals. Perhaps the person who needs to be your accountability partner may also have something that they want to change. And then the two of you can become mutual accountability partners. One of the main benefits of being held accountable for your growth is knowing that each week or each day or however frequently you decide to check in, you have to be honest about your performance and your activities toward the goals you set. Make them realistic. When you reach each goal, celebrate, then make another one. And if you don't reach a goal, you know, don't worry about it. If you've given your best effort, don't be hard on yourself. Change it to something obtainable and then write about it in your journal. In my own life, I try to journal as often as I can, but I realized a pattern that I needed to change. I would write more when I felt good and positive. But when I felt down or if I was feeling some type of way, I would rarely write. And that was probably the best time for me to write. That's probably the time when I needed it the most. But now, when I'm meditating, I keep my journal near and I write however I'm feeling about whatever, good or bad. More importantly, I tell myself the truth. Did I meet the mark? Or was today a not so good day? Did I do well on something? Or not so good on something else? I write down so I can look back and see where I came from and how much I've grown because tomorrow is always another chance for me to be better. This has been Real Talk Woman to Woman. I'm Dr. Michelle Norman. Please like, follow, and share this podcast. Enjoy life on this journey of becoming better.